Hello and welcome to another video. I picked up this unit for free. It's got a couple of interesting features on it and I thought I'd show them to you. It didn't come with the cassette deck on the bottom. I already had that from a Denon system, which I'll put a link to the video in the description box. The buttons weren't working on this, but I managed to get the buttons work, and because it's similar I'm going to use this, or I'm going to let my wife use this down in the dining room where she does her homework in from. So the unit I picked up from a free recycling group, it was about an hour's travel each way. I didn't realise it was that far when I agreed to pick it up, but it was free. So it included this and the two speakers. Now I've got some speaker grills for them, but they need cleaning. So if you've got any ideas on how to clean cloth speaker grills, then please let me know. Now I haven't actually tested the speakers on this. I've had them hooked up to a different set of speakers, which is in my office. So this will be the first test for the speakers. And so basically the unit has a Minidisc player, a tuner, an amp built in, and a CD player. The unit is a one-piece unit. It's not separates, but it's quite small and light. So let's get a ruler out. That's a 12-inch 30cm ruler. It's about 8 inches wide and about 21 centimeters wide if you're metric. So what I'm going to do is set up the camera a little bit better than this so I can zoom in on the actual unit, and then I'll show you the features. So let's have a look at the back of the unit first. That's how deep it is, and it's because it's an all-in-one unit, we've just got the speaker connections at the top. We've got the cassette deck in and out, or other, you can use other components on it. It's got an AM and an FM antenna, which I won't use. It's also got an optical in, and you can buy a cassette deck for this. The cassette deck is the, wait for it, so this unit is the DHC-MD373, and there is a cassette deck which is a 373 which goes with it, and it connects to it with this for the logic controls and the remote control. Now you can pair this with the 333 unit, I think, but you need an adapter so the system connector can connect with the other unit. Okay, so let's get stuck in. The first thing I want to show you is CD text capable. Now on some CDs, the track titles and the CD title is included in some data on the disc. So I've dug out this copy of Sacred Love by Sting, which is this is a Super Audio CD, but if you look at the CD logo, wherever you can find it, it's not even on that. The CD logo might have the compact disc logo. Underneath it, it might say CD text. If it does, it'll give you text on this. So this is a Super Audio CD, which also has the same feature. So when I put it in there and press play, it should pull up. When it plays the first track, then you should see the track name. So that's inside, that's the first track. Oh, I'm going to have to turn the volume down because otherwise the video will be blocked for copyright reasons. So when we fast forward or skip to the next track, it should show us the name of the track as well. And on the remote control, there's a display button which allows you to cycle through the display so you can have different things displayed. So it is playing at the moment. And you can see it says there CD text. So you can skip and check different things depending on what you're doing. So with a CD, all you can do is go to the title. So it's quite a useful feature that. Techmoan, I think, did a video on CD text. So I'm going to have a search for that when I'm editing this video, and if I find it, there'll be a link to it in the description. Right, so let's move away from the CD for a minute and look at the Minidisc player on it. Here's my demo CD, so I'll be able to turn this up. So the orange light indicates that there's a disc in. For this one's for the CD, this one's for the Minidisc. And you don't have to stop the CD, you just press MD and it then plays the Minidisc. Now this one's a demo disc I made, so I can turn it up. And it also has the same feature on there that as you skip forward, you can see the tracks for the mini disc. But on this one, I don't actually have it on there. So let's eject that. Pop in another disc, which I think has got track titles and disc titles on it. So it reads the table of contents, and yeah, Robert Palmer, and it scrolls along. So this is the very best of Robert Palmer, and that's the disc title. I have to turn the sound down again, but when we play, it should give us the name of the track. So I can't play it obviously, but I'm going to skip back to the demo disc, because it doesn't matter if I play that, because it's copyright free music from the YouTube audio library. So when you're playing a mini disc, you can use the display button on the remote control. I'm having problems with the focus on this because of the shiny surface on the unit, but the display button on the remote control will show you, is it playing? Yeah, it's playing. Show you things like how far along the track you are, how much time is left in the track itself, how much time is left on the disc, the name of the disc, and I'm not sure what the 0 is. I think that might be the clock, but it also shows you the there's a built-in graphics equalizer on it, so I normally set it to flat. Talking of mini discs, there's a bit of a story behind this unit. The guy who got it from me got it from the same recycling group that I got it from, and it came with a Westlife disc, which is quite a nice TDK music jack. And he said if ever I give it away or sell it, he said I can sell it if I want to help fund the channel, but if ever I give it away, I've got to give it away with the disc. And I've checked the disc and it doesn't actually have any music on it, so which is a shame. So I might put some Westlife on there. Right, just turn my t-shirt inside out so you can't see my bright blue Minidisc logo on my t-shirt in the display. So we're going to use this disc. I think it's blank anyway. We're going to use it to demonstrate a couple of features on the system. Let's just make sure it's blank. Yeah, blank disc, that's handy. So this Jamiroquai CD doesn't have any CD text on it. So I'm going to demonstrate some recording from CD onto Minidisc. Take that one out. Now, before I burn anything to Minidisc, this disc in here, if I play that, make sure the sound's down. This system can be set. You can label the CDs. So even if the CD doesn't have CD text on it, you can the system will recognise which CD it is and show you the label that you've given for that CD. Right, let's see if I can figure this out then. So the CD is in and it's on stop at the moment, and if I press the name edit button on the remote and then I press the character, it gives me the character or the type of character I can use. I can use capitals, lowercase, numbers and some symbols as well, or a space. So I'm just going to use capitals at the moment just to make it a bit quicker for you. And then I guess I just use, is it that one? No, that's the cursor position. So then I use the forward skip button to choose the character I want. So this is this CD is The Return of the Space Cowboy. I am not going to type all of that in, but just to give you a demonstration here. So you go up to T, and I think you go across one here. I don't know if you see that. Yeah. I'm just going to say the return. Oh, it's going all the way through the symbols if I go that way. Wow. This is very tedious, so you wouldn't want to do this very often. It's very fiddly, so you select the characters. You can only go forwards, you can't go backwards to Z because it scrolls around all of the other symbols. So I'm not going to go mad with it. So basically you're using this skip button to change the character, and then use the one above it to change the to move to the next character. Oh, that's unfortunate, isn't it? So let's change that. And then we'll skip on. And so you name it up like that. And then once you've finished, I think you press the name edit button. Actually, let me look. And you press yes to enter. Yes or... yeah, enter or yes. Oh, there it is. It's on the remote control. And then that's your CD labelled. So if I get another CD, now don't forget that only remembers it for that. It doesn't burn it to that CD. It just remembers what CD it is from some sort of reference that must be stored on the CD. And then every time you put that CD in, it's going to remember that CD. So let's put the original one in it, which was the Sacred Love one. There you go, so that's Sacred Love. And if we put the CD that we just labelled in there, it will recognise what its name is and should tell us the name. It takes a long time to type in that stuff though. There you go. Okay, so we're going to put the Sacred Love CD back in again. And I'm going to program in a little program. Say I don't like all the tracks on there, and I'm going to burn it to the mini disc. If I don't like all the tracks on the CD, I can program the CD to only play certain tracks. So you can listen to it that way, or you can then use it to burn just those tracks, just that playlist to the mini disc. So again, we need our remote, and we need to use the play mode button, which is up there. And we scroll through that until we get PGM, which is program, on the screen now. And then we skip forwards on the remote until we find the track we want. Let's say we want track 3. Then we click on yes. And then we go, let's say we want track 5. Let's find a shorter track. There are long tracks on this album. Let's say 7. And then we want track 1. And press yes. And then once we've programmed down the number of tracks in, I think we can just go ahead and press play. There you go, so there's track 3. And then track 7. And then track 1. So it's going to remember that you can program in up to 25 tracks. So let's say I'm happy with that program, and what I want to do is record onto my mini disc. Just as an aside, the circular disc symbol means there's a CD in there, and the square one means that there is a mini disc in there. So there's a button down here that says CD-MD sync. I'm going to press that, and it tells me that the mini disc is blank. If there was music already on the mini disc, it would then set it to the end of the music that's currently on there. On some of my Sony portable recorders, it will begin to record at the beginning unless you press end, but you don't need to do that on this Sony model. So all I've done is I've pressed CD-MD sync, and now I think I just press the play on the CD, on that mini disc, and then it will start recording. Yes, that's right, I pressed the wrong button. There you go, so it's recording that track now. It does record it in real time, so it doesn't speed through the recording. Now, what it's going to also do, it's got CD text showing in the display there. And if there's CD text like a title for the CD or the track names on the CD, it's also going to copy those to the mini disc, so you don't have to manually enter that that track data on there. That only works if it's a blank mini disc. If the mini disc has already got recordings on there, it won't automatically record the track data from the CD to the mini disc, but it does actually have a button on there. It will flash, I think it says data or something like that. There's a button you can press, and then it will record that track's data on that track onto the mini disc as well. Right, so it's quite warm in here and there's some noise outside, so I'm going to take a break. I'll let this finish recording and we'll be back to see what happens afterwards. Okay, so this track is 4 minutes 46 seconds long. This is the final track. There we go, it's finished. So now that's all finished, if we eject the disc, it should wipe the table of contents to the mini disc. There we go. While we do that, we'll take the CD out as well. Excellent. Right, so okay, so let's put the mini disc that we just recorded back in and see if it gives us any disc title. I don't think it will, but let's have a look. Oh, it does. So it gives us, even if you don't record the whole CD onto the mini disc, it does give us, let's press the display button, it does give us the, it transfers the title of the CD to the title of the mini disc. So is my volume down? I think it is. Yep. Okay, so let's play the first one and we'll have a look. There we go. So the first one we recorded was Whenever I Say Your Name. I think the track titles are limited to 20 or 25 characters. And then we'll go forwards. We can skip forwards on this button to track 2. This is all on the mini disc. And then to track 3. Excellent, which was actually track 1 of the CD. I can't play too much of that. So that's the recording onto mini disc, which would be quite handy if you've got other discs which have got CD data. Okay, so let's take that CD, that mini disc out and pop in a couple of other CDs and see if they have CD text on them. These are from my wife's car. She thinks these discs show up the title, sorry, the track name on her in-car entertainment system. And we need to go to CD. Let's see if it gives us some track names. I've got my finger on the display button on the remote control. There we go. So it's finally started to play the track. Let's see if we've got any track name on it. I don't think we have. Yeah, so that one hasn't got a track name on it. No, that one doesn't have any track data on that CD. Let's try this one. Yeah, so that one does. So we can just use the display button on the remote and that will tell us the track name. A track that tells us the track remaining time on the track, the remaining time on the CD, and the name of the track. Okay, so that's that one, Dolly Parton. Now that's a Sony Music one. The Mamma Mia one, which is Dov. I'm not even sure how you say that. Dovdor. That one doesn't. And this one here is Ministry of Sound. So, there we go. Distributed in the UK by Sony. So let's see if that one has some track data on it. It wouldn't surprise me if Sony licensed the technology that read the track data. Yeah, there we go. So other record producing companies would have to pay Sony a fee every time they wanted to put track data on their own CDs. Of course, Sony does like to nickel and dime people. There you go. So that's good. So that tells us. So that doesn't give us the CD time first. Let's skip forwards. There you go, brilliant. So yeah, so there's a few, and now if I copied the whole CD to a mini disc, that would bring over the track data as well. So what we'll do now is we're going to go back to, do you remember earlier on I labelled a disc that doesn't have track data on it. I labelled it with a weird label, and I'm now going back to that disc now and seeing if that label is still associated with that disc. Yeah, so clearly it can't write to the CD because they're read-only, but it from the reference of the CD, some sort of reference the CD must have, it stores up to 50 CDs, which is quite good. So you can label 50 CDs, and those that have track data on them, have CD data encoded on them, will be in addition to that. I've got this Denon cassette player connected up to it. There's no power on it at the moment though. So you can record from Minidisc to cassette, from CD to cassette, from radio to cassette, and from cassette to Minidisc, just using the normal analog connectors on the back of both of these units. And if you're recording to Minidisc from the radio, you know, you're, as we used to call it, we're taping the top 40, so the music charts, you'd put them on a cassette. You can do that with the Minidisc. But quite often when you used to do that sort of thing, you would miss the beginning of the track. So, oh yeah, I want to record this track. You'll press the pause button, and then your recording would start, and you'd miss the first few seconds of the track while you were identifying it. Well, this has got a useful feature. If you're recording to Minidisc, then what it will do, it will, from whatever the source is, either cassette, CD, or tuner. If it's not doing the CD sync, if it's just you're recording it manually, what it will do is it will record. If your Minidisc is ready to record, when you press the pause button to record on the Minidisc, it will record the previous 6 seconds of the music. So if I'm recording the charts on the radio, if they still have such a thing, as soon as I hear the track that I want to record, I can then press the pause button to take it off of pause for the Minidisc recording, and it's going to take the previous 6 seconds of that radio transmission and also record that to the Minidisc. So that's it. I think that's all I can think of. Other than that, it's just, it's got all the normal features, repeat play, shuffle play, and all that sort of thing. All the sort of thing you'd normally get, plus a few of those little features. So for a free unit, I'm very happy with it. I think on eBay they're going for about £120. This one's got a bit of wear on it, but it's perfect for what we need it for, as a replacement for a bigger unit that's down in our dining room. So have a look at the suggested video that's on the screen now. You might want to watch that. If not, pop over to my channel, see if there's anything else you want to watch, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks a lot.